we're still on JavaScript. All right. Please let me know if everyone can hear me before we proceed.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. All right. So let me know if you can also see my screen. Can you see my screen?
I can't see you.
Yes, we can.
Can see us.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I've seen it.
All right. So
Yes.
in our last session, we looked at different tags and how to use HTML. We looked at the heading tag. We looked at the paragraph tag. We also looked at links and how to create a list. So today in HTML, I'm trying to see how we can marry both day 2 and day 3 today. So today's class might take about 2 hours long or more. So let's see if possible we can take both day 2 and day 3 today. Yeah. So yesterday I was trying to explain this whole HTML text. Alright, I just wanted to let you understand what each of these lines means, because let me start it all over again. Let me make sure this is also recording. Okay, so if I put the exclamation mark and
Sir,
click
please, can you
enter.
start on how to create the day 2 folder, please?
Okay, creating data folder. Alright, let's begin from there. So I'll just delete this. Move to recycle bin. Then, so to create a folder, I'll come to this place that says new folder. Okay, let me start from here. So I'll click on new folder first, then I'll say, let me start that again. Let me just make sure you see what I'm pressing. So I'm clicking on this title that says Web Design BootCamp. I don't want to click on any of these files, so I will not be creating the folder inside any of this, within any folder itself. So I'm clicking on this Web Design BootCamp. Alright. Then I want to click on this one that says new folder. Click on it, then I'll say day 2. Alright. Then I want to click on it so that it points down, and I want to click on this plus sign that says new file. From there I'll create our index.html file. Then inside our index.html file, I want to add an exclamation mark and press enter. Then it will bring out these lines of code. So what does each line of code mean here? It means, this first line means this is an HTML document. The second one means the language of this document is in English. Then let me close this also. Then between the HTML tag, opening tag, and the closing tag, we have the head opening tag and the closing tag. We also have the body opening tag and the closing tag. So if you go into the head tag, alright, we have these lines of code. This one represents the character set, right? So that every character that we input in our website, be it text, alphabets, or emojis, will be able to show on your browser or when you render the code. This also refers to the rendering of your code on your web browser on your screen for it to be visible. Right. Then this title document represents the title of the page. You know, when you're visiting your website, you can have an about us page, you can have a contact us page, you can have a home page. So let's say I want to title this day 2, and I save it, open using a live server. So for those of us, like I mentioned, I dropped in the group. I don't know if everybody saw it. If you are using, I dropped a video. If you are not using, if you are trying to use the web version, you are not using the local software of VS Code. Use the Code Sandbox. It's the same thing. I dropped a video earlier today on how to use Code Sandbox. So everything I'm doing here is the same thing you can also replicate on Code Sandbox. Alright. So it's just the same thing. You can use it on your web version. You can also use it on your phone too. So the same thing I'm doing using VS Code, you can replicate it using codesandbox.io. So back to this. So the title of the document is what is showing here, which is day 2, which is what is appearing here. Then let's go back to our coding environment. Then if we go to the body section, right, this is where we write most of our code that is visible on the browser. So if I type in H1 here, then I say welcome to day 2. Alright, and I save it. Okay, I save it and I go back to here. You see the text there. So most of the code you put in your head section of your code might not really visible in your browser. Alright, so what is usually visible in your browser is put in your body tag, like what we did on the one, your list and everything. Most of your visible code is done in your body tag. That's where you write most of your visible code. So that is how basically this template works. Right? The HTML template works. The body, the head, and their different purposes and what it means to your browser. So another thing we also want to look at is in our day 1, we just started coding. We didn't really define what web design is. And I know for some people don't know how to differentiate between web design and web development. Many people call them the same thing. So some people think that web design is also the same thing as web development. They are similar, but they are not exactly the same thing. So web design refers to the designing of the website, what it will look like, right? Your interface, the color, the images, the text, the fonts, alright, how it will look like on the browser. That's what web design is about. Then web development involves adding of the functionality to the website, making the website functional on the internet, right? So web design and web development, they are both related, but it's not possible for you to be a web developer without knowing how to design what a web design is all about. So web development encompasses web design. Alright, web development is the process of making the site functional, like adding functionalities to the website. So that's the similarity between, or the relationship between web design and web development. Then another thing is that, can a web designer be also called a developer? Yes. If someone is using like a tool like let's say WordPress, alright, some of you might have heard of WordPress. So most web designers now can also be web developers, because someone that is using WordPress can design what the website will look like, and that website would also have its own functionalities. So that person is also playing both the role of a web designer and also a web developer. So that is how these two relate with each other. So in today's class, we want to look at how we can create web pages, right? How we can create other web pages. So we are currently in index.html. Let's create a page that says, let's say, about.html or contact.html, like the normal regular way you visit a website. So how do we create a web page? So what you want to do is, let's say I want to create a new web page, and I want it to be our about us page. So I'll come to new file, then I'll create a new file titled about.html. Then I'll put in my HTML code here. Then I want to title this about me. About me. Alright. So first thing, let's say I want to talk about myself. Or let me start with an heading. H1. Then I want to put about me. Right. Then next code, I want to say let's say I want to use an H2. Then I want to call it my name is Melbourne. And then I save it and open it in a live server. Now this particular page is opening on a separate page. Look at our first index.html page, which is this first one. Then the about me page is this one you are seeing here. Alright. Is this one you are seeing here. Now how can I link my about me page to the index.html page? How to link it is that I can come here and say so what is the tag we use for linking again? What's the HTML tag we use for adding a link to our HTML document? Can anyone tell us what do we use in adding links in our HTML document? Anyone?
Anchor tab.
Okay.
Anchor tab.
Alright, thank you. So to link it, I'll use the dot slash, then I'll select the about.html file, and I'll save it. Then if I come here and I go to the index.html page, okay, I've not given it a name. Let's go back to the code. So I want to call it about. Save that, and if you view it, you'll see the link here. So if I should click this link now, it will take you to the about me page. Then if I should press back button, it will take us to the home page, which is the index.html page. So let's say I want to add more pages. I want to say I want to add a contact me page. So I'll say another anchor tag, then okay, let me create the file also. So let's create a new file for our contact me page. So click on new file, then I'll title it contact.html. It's important you put the .html so that the browser recognizes that this is an HTML document. So I'll put in my exclamation mark there, then title the document to contact. Then I want to say in my HTML, in my contact page, I want to add a heading that says contact me. So I'll use an H1 and I'll say contact me. Then I want to put in some text. Let's say, do you need a website for your brand? Let's use the H2. Say, do you need a website for your business? Then I want to add a p tag also. Then in the p tag I want to say send me a message or send me an email. So I can put my email there, which is emailbong5@gmail.com. Then another p tag, WhatsApp +234908588. 11 909 909. So I can save that. Then if I open it in the live server, use the live server. You see our contact me page with all the elements that we added and the information. So let's link it now to our home page, which is the index.html page. So we'll go back to the code, and all we can do is I'll go into the code dot slash, then I'll select contact.html, and I'll also give it a name of contact. So I'll save it, and let's view our home page, the index.html page. So you can see that the link has been added. So if I should click on the contacts page, right, then I click on back again, it will take us to the index.html page. So that is how we can create multiple web pages using HTML. So the next thing we want to look at is how
Sir, please, your voice is breaking.
okay, please, is it breaking for any other person too? Is my voice breaking for any other person on this, or it's clear?
It's okay, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's proceed.
It's very clear. Maybe it's network.
Okay, all right, thank you. So we want to look at another project for today, which will also be the task for today also. We want to look at creating a birthday invite. All right, let's say I'm having a birthday party and I want to invite my friends to the birthday party. They should see some information about the birthday party and what they have to bring. So let me put up the image, our goal image of what we want to achieve. So this is what we want to achieve, right? So it will have an heading that says it's my birthday, then the date, and also it will have an image, that's a birthday cake image. It will have a list of what my friends are to bring, if they are to bring balloons, cake, and anything else. Then we also have a heading here, and also we'll embed a Google Map link for the location of the event. So let's say it's happening in at Eco Hotel or at Sheraton Hotels. So we just embed the Google Map link for direction to them. So are we ready to get started? Let me know if you are still with me and if everyone is still following.
Yes, sir.
Alright. So let's kick off.
Yes, sir.
So to do this, I would like us to create a new file, and we will name it birthdayparty.html. birthdayparty.html. So I want to put in my HTML templates. Then okay, let me take this back. So I want to title the document, and I'll title it birthday party. So first things first, let's recreate this. So the first thing we want to put in there is our heading, and I want to call it my birthday. Then I want to add the next thing, which is the date, which we'll use an H24 because it's lesser in size compared to H1. So for the text on the 12th of May, so I'll put mine is on the 5th of March. So in your own project, just put your day and the month. Don't put the year. I know many people don't like to put their year, so that nobody will know their exact age. So you can just put the date and the month. Then we want to add an image. Yes. So what do we use for the image again? The image tag. And so we want to get an image. Initially, we use in the one we use an image from our images folder, but now we want to link an image externally from Google. So I'll show you how you can do that. So let's say we want to get a birthday cake image from Google. How do we go about that? We go to Google and search for birthday cake. Birthday cake. Search for birthday cake. So it's loading. Then network. Okay, can anyone still hear me? Please, where did I stop last? What was my last statement?
Wait, I can't. Your screen is not visible though.
Yeah, I know my screen is not visible. What was the? Where did we stop? What was the last thing I said so I can continue from there?
Creating the birthday party HTML file.
Oh, okay. Oh, that means there are some things that we're missing. Okay, so let me go back to that. So I said,
Can you increase your volume? It's now low. We can barely hear you.
can anybody also hear me clearly? Is it the same thing for everybody?
Yes, sir.
It's low.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Other people can hear me clearly. Maybe you could check your volume.
I'm not saying it's not clear. It's low. It's low.
It's low. Okay, can other people
I
hear?
can hear you clearly.
The volume is okay.
Okay.
The volume is okay, sir.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so let's continue. So I created a birthday.html file. Then, as usual, I added my HTML template code. Then I gave it a title of birthday party. All right. And also I created an heading.
You're not sharing your screen, sir.
Can anyone see my screen, please? Can any other person see my screen?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. I can see your screen,
Yes,
sir.
Okay. All right. So let's continue. So I'm going to give it an heading of, according to our goal image, the heading will be "It's my birthday." Birthday. Then we want to add the second heading, which is the date. So I'll title it. I'll put my own date there. So to add that, we use an H2. Use an H2, and in the H2 I'll say on the 5th of March. Right. Then we want to add the image. So to add the image, we use the image tag. You don't have to give space like this in your code. I'm just doing this for clarity. You can have them together. So now we want to add the birthday cake image. So in our last session, day 1, we added image by putting it in a folder called images and linking it here. But I want to show you how you can use an image link from Google and add it to your image code. Right, so let's go to Google and get a birthday cake image. So I'm searching on Google birthday cake, then I want to go to images. Just wait for that to load. See, network is slow at the moment. Okay. All right, so we'll use one of these images. Let me look for something nice we can use. So let's say I want to use this one. So I want to use this one. So I just click on it. Okay. Can everybody still hear me? Let me know if you are still together. Can everybody still hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so to get this image, I'll right click on it and I want to select copy image, or which one am I using? Should I use copy link address or copy image address? Okay, let's say copy image address. Then I'll come here to my SRC, that is the source attribute. Then in between the quotes, I want to type in the link there. I'll just paste that link there, then I'll save it. And so let's go back to our page. Let me close these tabs for the about and the contacts. So let's open our birthday page. I'll right click and open with Lifesaver. So let's see if the cake image will load up. Okay, let's try another method. Let's copy the link address. Let's see if that works. And save that, and let's preview again. Still loading.
I think he didn't show up because he didn't save it on this VS Code.
On this
He
document,
has the dot.
I think I actually did. I actually did save it. Let me open it in a new tab and try copying the link. So let me open the image in a new tab. So copy this again. Let's go back to the code. Now paste this. Ctrl S to save. Then let's see what we have. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay, so let's just download it and use it in the folder. I just add it to the folder. So I'm going to go back to the image, and I'll download it to my laptop. So I'll save image. Still loading. Okay, is it the image that is the issue? Okay, let me select some. Okay, it's working now. So I'll save it, and you want to get the image you just downloaded. Let's see the image as even downloaded yet. Okay, so the image has downloaded. Let's go to our folder again.
Your screen is not showing.
Okay, please, is my screen not showing for everyone also? Can every other person see my screen?
It is now showing, but it's not
Yes.
showing.
It hasn't been showing for a while now.
Okay, that's probably.
It's not showing.
Yes, sir,
It's not
definitely.
showing.
You can see it.
Okay, it's back. It's back now.
All right, okay. I think the network is actually poor. Some of the things I'm trying to download are actually taking a bit of time. This stuff is not supposed to take that long. Okay, so the image has downloaded. Let me go back to my folder. So it's in the downloads folder. I want to move it to our project. This is the image here. So let's go back to our code. Let's create a folder for images. So inside our day2 folder, I want to create a new folder called images. Let me rename this. So I'll name it as images. Then I want to go back to my download folder where the download dead picture went to. So I'll just copy it and move to the project folder, which is web development, no, web design BootCamp. Okay, then day2, then inside day2 the images folder, then I'll paste the image there. I'll go back to my VS Code. Then if we open it now, we should see the image there. So now we want to link it here. So I'll just remove all of this since it wasn't responding initially. Let's remove all of this. Then I want to say dot slash inside the images folder. We select the picture. Then I'll save it. Then let's go back to our browser and view it. So this is the image. It's too big. Let's use our width attributes to decrease the size. So I'll just give it a width of, let's say, 300 pixels. So like I said in our day one class, pixels is the units for measurements, just like we have centimeter and meter. So in HTML we use pixels. So if I go back to my browser and I view it, you see that we have something smaller. Alright, so we've done the first three, which is the heading, and we've also added a picture. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create a list, right? So what do we use in creating a list again? What do you use in creating lists?
That's what I say.
OL.
Okay. For this particular list is an unordered list.
Kind of list.
UL, that's the ordered list.
Alright, so we are going to use UL to create the unordered list. Then we want to title it according to our role, what to bring. What to bring. Then in between, I want to type in the list of the items to bring. So let's say first thing, okay, we have to add our list tag. Let's create a list of 4 items. So let's say the first thing we want them to bring.
Sorry, how do you replicate that?
How did I?
How do you replicate the
Okay, how did I duplicate the list?
exactly?
Okay, to duplicate the list, you just double tap on it. You highlight the text, the whole tag, that is the opening tag and the closing tag. Then you press Ctrl C. After pressing Ctrl C, you want to press Enter to go to the next line and paste it using Ctrl V. So that's how you copy and paste it. So the list of items to bring: cake and let's say you're a big man, or you're someone that has rich friends, you're bringing a ram. Each of your friends are bringing a ram. Or you're someone like Obi Kubana and you have lots of rich friends that are bringing cows to your party. Alright, then let's say wine. So we have 4 items. So let's have a look. What do we have? So what to bring? We have balloons and okay, looks similar to what we have, but let's make it look better. Let's remove this what to bring. Let me take it out from here and put it in a heading. So let me add an heading of H3 and I'll say what to bring. I'll save it and let's view. So it should be bold. Alright, so this looks better. Then we want to add another heading which will tell them the location of the event. Alright. So let's go back to our code and I would say let's use another H3 heading. So I'll say location for the event. Then I would say I want to add a link now. If someone was saying something, is someone saying anything?
All this inside the body, not outside the body, because all what we have been doing so far, I appreciate you for that. All these from the H1 and H2, we're inside the same body. I can see the body 1 and body 2. It's showing the. I just want to clarify that all what we have been done so far is inside the body.
Yeah, it's inside the body of the HTML tag.
All right.
Yeah, it's inside the body. If you can see my screen clearly, all of this is inside the body tag, not the heading tag. Yeah. So now we want to add a Google Map link. So to add a link, as usual, we use the anchor tag. Then I want to title it Google Map link. So I'll save that and let's view it. Okay, call will end in 15 minutes. Let's say extend call. I want to see if I click the extend call, if it would extend without us creating a link. Well, it's asking me to upgrade. That means it will end within 15 minutes. Okay, so as usual, before then I'll create another link so we can rejoin. So let's go back to our birthday party page. Then if you scroll down, you see the Google Map link, but if I click on it, it doesn't link to anywhere. It will just rather reload the same page for us. So what to do now is we would go to Google and search for, let's say, Eco Hotels in Lagos. Eco Hotels. Then I want to go to maps. We have all images, we have maps. Then I'll click on maps. Right, then so this is the map for the hotel. So I just want to click on share so I can copy the link to the direction. Still loading. I'm trying to copy this. I think the page is still loading. So I'll click on copy link to copy the maps link, and I'll go back to our code. Then in between the two codes, I'll click on save. Then I'll go back to our web page. Let me close this because we don't need it anymore. Close this also. Close this to avoid distraction. So here I'll click on the Google Map link, and it should take us to, yeah, it's working. It's take us to the link, to the Google Map link. But let's say, you know, there are some links you click on a website and it opens in another tab. So let's do that here. We don't want that tab to close. So we'll use an attribute called target. And we want to use this, so we say target will be blank underscore blank. So what this does is that once the link is clicked, instead of it to open on the same page, it will open on another tab. So let's try that out. So if I come here now and I click on it, you see it opens on that tab, but our original tab is still here. Then the Google Maps will open in a separate tab entirely. Right, so that's it. And so I think this one will be very simple because I've already done it. So your exercise will just be to recreate this same thing. Create a birthday invite page, alright, a birthday page that shows your friends the dates, alright, the dates of the event. So you replace this 5th of March and put your own birthday dates. Then you can put in your own items, and also you can also change this Google Map link to your own link, so you can choose any location you want. So basically I just replicating the same thing I've done. Right. So this will be it for HTML. I would like us to dive into CSS, which is our day 3, which is what we are supposed to do on day 3. So before that, let's take some few questions on this before we dive into CSS, if there's any question. Is there any question so far? Or it's totally understood, we should move on.
Yes, sir. I have a question, sir. All right, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Sir, my question is, my name is Ola.
Okay.
So my question is that I want to know the difference between paragraph and also header, because I observed that from some of the headings we've done, I also feel probably we could use a paragraph instead of maybe using an H3, for instance. Like you said earlier, we have H1 to H6. So can we use an heading in place of a paragraph, and can we use a paragraph in place of an heading? for some things, and what are the differences between these two? That's what I want to ask.
So the thing is that it's just like you are typing in a document, right? Let's say you are writing a letter. You know, normally if you are typing in Google Docs or in a document, a heading is a heading. You can't use a heading for a paragraph. So just do the relationship, alright? If you are writing a normal document, a heading is a heading, and a paragraph is just like when you are writing your normal English, you're doing your normal English stuffs. It won't be appropriate if you are using a paragraph where you are supposed to use a heading. So let's say I was supposed to write a letter, and I'm saying the title of the letter is letter to my HOD, or letter to the governor. Alright, I can't use a paragraph for that particular place. It won't really tally. Alright, it won't really tally. It won't make sense. So a paragraph is used for your normal body. Like, let's say you want to type your normal message. Alright, you don't want it to be bold or highlighted, because uh, like the H1 now, you see how big it is in context to a paragraph. You want it to stand out. You want to make it look organized. Right? And also, I don't think it will be proper if you use an H3 in replacement of a paragraph, because a heading is a heading. It's just like, also maybe you are writing a document for a proposal. After the first, maybe in the beginning of the document, you said proposal for web development. Then as you are proceeding towards in the document, there will be a small heading that will not be as big as the font for the proposal for web development. It will be smaller in size, but it will be bold compared to your paragraph text. Alright, so that's just the reason why we are maintaining that a paragraph should do its role as a paragraph, and a heading should do its role as a heading. So I don't know if you get that explanation.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Yes, sir. I really get your explanation. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, please, any other question before I create a link for the next class?
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, proceed.
Hello, Mr. Aiton.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let the lady go first, please.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Yes, please. Good evening.
Thank you for the class. Okay. So my question is this: I noticed when you were trying to add images, the birthday cake image to the board page you were creating,
Yep.
and then you were trying to copy the link, copy image address or copy link and attach it. Is it that it's possible to do it that way?
Yeah,
Because I know that what I've done so far that I know HTML is I just save the pictures in the same directory
it's
as to what I'm writing.
it's very very much possible using a link to be your source for.
So,
Yes, very much possible.
and the picture would appear like that without directing us to the site where we got the picture.
Yes, it won't direct you. It will just bring out that same image, and it will show on your browser.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. That's my question. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Welcome. Please, the last question before I create the new link for our next class. There was a man that wanted to ask a question, so you can go ahead now.
Mr. Aiton, remember.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I really
Please, your voice
appreciate
is
for
low.
what
Maybe you're far from your PC or your device. So I can't hear you anymore. Hello. Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. please proceed.
Please, I want to ask a question.
Okay, sir.
And my own question, like this um this Google map,
Okay,
like I was not around where you put it.
okay,
So like I'm trying to find out how you put it with the link.
okay. But you know how to create the anchor tag, how to create a link using the anchor tag or the A tag.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I did is, well, I went to Google and I just searched for Eco Hotel. Eco Hotel. I typed that from the Eco Hotel. Okay, I think it still brought it out. Eco Hotels. Let me type it so it will to bring out the exact thing I want. So after that, I went to maps. You see where you have
Okay.
maps.
Yes.
So I clicked on maps. And then I clicked on this button that says share. So once you click on it, it will show you a link that you can copy. So I copied this link and I
Okay.
came to my href attributes. That's when I pasted the link in between the quotes.
Okay. I understand it now, sir.
Alright, thank you. So let me create a new link so we can dive into our day 3 class. I'll drop the link in the group and I'll end the recording for this now so I can resume another recording.